There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them. Into the wind. The wind knows me.
Whirling snow! Illusion shattered!
One with nature. Into the wind. Time to go.
My apologies!
Solidify!
There is no escape!
The wind knows me. Fallen leaves, storm my night!
Shine down!
Gather!
Take flight!
Into the wind.
Whirling snow!
The wind knows me.
Solidify!
Clouds high. The birds.
Take flight!
Time to go.
Stabilize! Gather! Stabilize! Solidify!
There is no escape!
One with nature, as one with wind and cloud.
Torn to oblivion! Ha! Ha! Ha!
Careless! Gather!
The wind knows me.
Shine down! Inazuma shines eternal! Ha!
One with nature.
There is no escape!
The wind knows me. Time to go.
Whirling snow!
Into the wind.
Stabilize!
One with nature.
Shine down!
Time to go.
There is no escape!
Into the wind. The wind knows me.
Solidify!
Time to go.
Add. Thank you for
Try your luck betting on Jade? Try your luck betting on Jade?
I just like to make people smile.
Time to go.
Stabilize!
Time to go. One with nature. Into the wind.
Shine down!
first set foot on Inazuma, so many things have happened. Yeah, we've definitely made... So, where should we go? Huh? Hey! What the heck was that for? Doesn't want to talk, huh? Alright, let's convince him to calm down a little.
Huh? So you don't have a vision after all? Seems like I've mistaken you for someone else.
At the very least, you should make sure you've got the right person. No, wait! Even when you've got the right person, you shouldn't go attacking them out of the...
Have you ever met someone by the name of Kaedahara Kazuha? He carries a sword just like you. I've also heard that he possesses an animo vision. That's none of your business. Never mind. You don't look like you know anything anyway. I'm wasting my time.
What the heck is this guy's problem? Coming around here, waving that weird sword in our faces, and he didn't even apologize. Seems like a real nutcase. Well, one thing's for sure. No way are we telling him anything about Kazuha. Right? Paimon has a feeling, though, that even if this guy gets to challenge Kazuha to a duel, he won't be able to beat him. Anyway, just to be on the safe side, we should go fight Kazuha right away and tell him to watch his back. Oh? What kind of hunch? A special connection? You mean beyond already knowing each other? Yeah, maybe a little. But then again, most people look pretty much the same once they start fighting, so Anyway, there's no time to lose. Paimon heard that the Crux fleet is stocking up in Rito at the moment. Let's look for...
Shine down!
Gather!
Let's get down to business. The wind's moving. Time to go.
Kazuha is.
You're looking for Kazuha too, huh? Guess he must have done something impressive after all. Well, we took the small vessels into Rito on a routine supply run, only this time, as soon as we entered the harbor, we ran into a huge crowd of Inazumans, all of them wanting to know about Kazuha. If it's because of that battle on Nizuchi Beach, Captain Beto had a great run there too, but I don't see her getting this kind of attention. Kazuha keeps to himself most of the time. In fact, there are times when he doesn't even listen to the captain, but she just laughs it off.
Oh, so you still don't know what he did?
I've heard bits and pieces. Something about him blocking the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi. Is it really as big a deal as everyone's making it out to be? Really? Wow. When you put it like that, it all makes sense. He was called away earlier by some people from the Tenryou Commission. They said they had something important to discuss. I thought they'd come to arrest him at first. Turns out they couldn't have been friendlier to him. Seems like they really respect the guy.
Just a little while ago, this would have been completely unimaginable. Thank you! Guess we'll go pay a visit to the Tenryou Commission.
All right, then.
Time to go. Oh? It's you.
Greetings. We were just discussing the repealing of the Vision Hunt Decree. Since you're here, you're very welcome to listen in on the conversation. We invited Mr. Kaedahara here to extend a gesture of goodwill on behalf of the Shogunate. Your hard work has secured for us the agreeable state of affairs that we now enjoy. Also, I've been granted the chance to... The Almighty Shogun has issued a large array of directives aimed at resolving, or at least easing, the tensions that have built up over the Tri-Commission has made the recommendation to use this opportunity to restore the honor of... Regarding the history of the Kaedahara clan, I trust that you're already somewhat informed. In short, there was once a group of select bladesmiths who served the Shogun directly, responsible for upholding and further developing the tradition. But there came a time when some of these bladesmiths revolted and fled to Snezhnaya. Both the Kaedahara and Kamisato clans were held accountable for lax oversight and entered a period of... We later learned that the whole misadventure had been secretly orchestrated by the Fatui, attributing all of the blame to the Kamisato and Kai. Considering Mr. Kaedahara has once more made an outstanding contribution to Inazuma, in the interest of preventing further harassment of the Bladesmith clans by the Fatui, we chose not to publicly release the fine.
This is a true honor. I am delighted to be in a position to receive the goodwill of the Almighty Shogun and the Shogunate at large. However, would I be correct to assume that this magnanimous gesture...
I can assure you that nothing could be further from the truth. With the Kaedahara clan's reputation and occupation restored, the Kaedaharas will be bladesmiths once. You will be able to lead a safe and prosperous life in Inazuma City, with the Almighty Shogun's blessing and full support.
I have grown accustomed to life among the elements. I fear I would no longer feel at home behind the tall walls of a state. Yet my ancestors did indeed take great pride in the name of Kaedahara, and the art of blade making for which it stood.
I sense some hesitation in your words. Should you accept this offer, I imagine many of the malicious rumors currently circulating through...
Malicious rumors? All we heard on the way here was so much praise that we...
Well, to some, the Muso no Hitotachi is something that can never be defeated. Also, eyewitnesses saw him using the power of Electro in addition to that of Animo. As a result, also that Kaedahara caught...
What? But that doesn't make sense. Using a delusion turns you old and frail, and...
That is correct. However, to some people, the idea of a...
This is just one of many similar rumors. I am very uncomfortable with being the subject of public discussion, but perhaps if the Shogunate is willing to publicly support me, this situation will blow over more quickly.
This is precisely why I encourage you to give our offer some serious thought. It stands to benefit all of us.
Please allow me some time to consider. In fact, let us put this discussion on hold for the moment. Well then.
Yikes! We nearly forgot about the most important thing!
Why would such a dangerous individual be looking for me? No. This puzzles me as much as it does you. My fighting forms were taught to me by my family, based on techniques originally developed for blade testing. We undergo rigorous training to stand. Over time, these techniques came to form something of a Kaedahara sword. Those forms are quite different from the more practical ones typically used by samurai in battle.
All the more reason to watch your back! This guy was a serious...
Indeed. He sounds highly aggressive.
In that case, I will send some men out immediately to search.
Thank you. I must say I am now very curious about this matter, and I will also need some time to consider. I will first join the Traveler in investigating the one who attacked him.
Very well. Please stay safe.
Come on. Let's go and track down your aggressor.
The detective agency knows the most about what goes on in town. Let's see what Ryuji has to say.
There is no escape!
What if the
Well, that's your problem. It was... Oh, but fortunately for you, it appears... Well...
Compared to the Traveler, you're the one who has too much free time.
No, I'm very busy.
Even if it's a commission you're unwilling to take, yes, that's why I've asked you to come over. A key member of the Tenryou Commission. The Tenryou Commission has entrusted... Their name is...
Kujosara. That's right.
If the General... Please ignore Sango's non... He works as a special detective. Sorry, Traveler. As you can see, Sango's less than thrilled to be involved in...
Nope. If you really want to know why, it's because I absolutely... The only news that...
according to
Like a yappy dog that was constantly...
So I can't just ignore this case, even if... Huh? I'm really... If Heizo truly is in danger... Actually, so... well, let's not... Well...
Oh, it's you, the captain of... So his name is Shikan. Her Excellency had assigned me to keep... Come to think of it,
Shine down!
Come on, you guys. I'm nothing but a poor tourist with empty pockets. Please, you can just let me go. Well, well, look who it is. I was wondering who could be valiant enough to wipe the floor with these guys so easily. Turns out it was the distinguished traveler. Really, I can't thank you enough. Of course I was aware of you long before you arrived in Inazuma. Though the Sakoku decree managed to keep the country locked up, it wasn't able to stop the incredible stories about you. Every day, all of those little stories would come scurrying over to my desk, like files with little feet. I was actually thinking about going to meet you once I wrapped up the business at hand. Who would have guessed that you'd show up first? I got so excited I nearly forgot to introduce myself. The name's Shikanoin Heizo, Special Detective of the Tenryou Commission. It's a pleasure to meet you, Traveler. I wish you all the best on your journey through Teyvat, by the way. Huh. I guess that means I've taken over as the main character in your story today. I've always heard that you take commissions from all kinds of people, helping everyone out with everything you can imagine. So now it's my turn to take your help, huh? That was already obvious to me. It's no coincidence that you've arrived here, because that would be the stuff of an epic novel. The traveler from afar heroically rescues the weak and defenseless detective from the Traveler, you are so dreamy. Unfortunately, though, I don't believe in coincidences. I'm a detective. Can you guess what gave it away? Sounds like you already have some ideas about the work of a detective. Let me ask you this. What?
What? Paimon's just here to take a look. And hey, who are you calling a little sidekick? Paimon was worried he might be in danger, so Paimon came to help. Why are you two staring at Paimon? Is Paimon not supposed to be here?
Yeah, I'm also just taking a look.
He can look, but you can't.
Oh, come on. Don't be like that. After all, this is the first time I've seen a voice.
Huh? Voice? What are you talking about?
A vision is an external magical focus, right? I've heard that the Traveler isn't very talkative, but given how chatty you are, you must be his voice, right?
That sounds awful! Paimon's not somebody's voice! Paimon's emergency food! Wait! Oh, Paimon's so upset she can't think straight! Paimon is Paimon! How dare you give Paimon such a terrible nickname? We came here to rescue you, but you actually opened the cage yourself. You were only pretending to be captured by the Nobushi, weren't you? Come out with it, mister. What kind of schemes are you up to?
Sheesh. For someone who says they don't want to be a voice, you sure do talk a lot. Well, let me think for a moment. Kujo Takayuki, who was head of the Tenryou Commission at the time, had secretly asked me to, but I had already grown tired of the guy for a while. So I simply treated... As for the mission, I thought I'd just come up with... But guess what? The first night I arrived on Watatsu, the dream contained only one message, an echo resounding from the depths of the earth that kept ringing. Something vital is missing on this island. Isn't that bizarre? Something vital has gone missing.
Paimon bets it must be something delicious. You know, because the soil of Watatsumi Island can't grow.
Oh. Food, huh? That was an unexpected response. Interestingly, I didn't have the same dream again after I left this place. Some people believe that dreams represent the divine's helping hand, which I suppose. However, if you ask me, dreams have nothing to do with the god. It was my intuition telling me that there was something important about this island that. So I decided to accept this little commission from my intuition. Unfortunately, the investigate. Who knows? I felt there was something. Nah, don't worry about it. He's got. So how would you like to partner up on this? Yes, of course, I understand. Well, then it's. So since we're already here, once everything is settled. It's a deal then, partner. So, let's get started, shall we?
Ooh, what's the shiny thing? Oh, it's a Sango Pearl! Hey, isn't this crystal mirror?
So, have you found anything? Yes, I've found pretty much the.
Aren't these all super expensive?
I don't know if.
Huh? What do you mean? Did the Nabush...
No, that's unlikely. Crystal marrow is a rare material for crafting weapons, and Sango pearls. Here's what I think. Due to what? So, it's absolute. If we go ask around the sun. Perfect.
Well, duh!
Captain, I see you found the detective.
Watatsumi Island sure is a beautiful place.
You can stay as long as you like. Incidents of troops have also been.
That's strange.
Huh? You mean?
Yep, and it's all Sango pearls and...
Could there have really been a theft that hasn't been? He's responsible for the care.
Great. Thank you for all the info.
Hey, Traveler! It's been a while. I've missed you.
General Goro.
You're dismissed, Shibata. You may go about your other duties while I catch up with the...
Yes, General Goro.
I overheard you discussing a case of stolen goods.
That's right! We found a lot of Watatsumi's value.
I see. So you've come to ask if we know of any relevant cases. Well, I'm ashamed to say that... Yes, the caravans have been plundered. And not just one. We had already dispatched additional forces to protect...
And you're concerned that if this kind of news were to get out, it would undermine the confidence of other
That's correct. I never expected you to be so concerned about Watatsumi's affairs, Detective Heizo.
Just a force of habit, really.
Oh, so you two already know each other?
Actually, I've only heard of Detective Heizo from the soldiers' reports. We've never met in person.
Darn it. You're right. Now that you mention it, I've been on Watatsumi Island all this time and still haven't properly introduced myself. It's a pleasure to meet you, General Goro. I'm Shikanoin Heizo of the Tenryo Commission.
Yes, it's a pleasure to meet you too. I'd like to express my gratitude to you for stepping in and helping recover those goods.
Don't mention it. You never know what you'll find when you're out for a stroll. But if the source of the problem is not addressed, I'm afraid this sort of situation will continue.
Yes, of course. Not only have we reassured, the reports indicated that the stolen goods... It all seems pretty unusual. We suspect that there are bigger players behind Godot, but unfortunately, it would be difficult for us to investigate further.
Given that Rito, the island where the International Trade Association is located, is not part of your territory yet.
I can see you catch on quickly, Detective Hazo.
It's my guess that you're telling us this because you're gonna...
You're always thinking one step ahead. The recent end of the war, trade... So, will you please help Watatsumi Island, Detective?
I'm willing to assist, but it all depends on what he wishes.
Great! With both Detective Hazo and the Traveler on the case, the situation is now in your capable hands.
All right, we'll take care of it. Traveler.
Time to go.
Hey! Why are we talking way over here? Oh, you're not trying to get away from Goro so he can't overhear.
Very perceptive. Seems even Paimon has her... Let me ask you. Do you believe in intuition?
Huh?
My intuition tells me that General Goro is lying.
What? How could you say that? Although he did seem a little on the serious side.
Good people can be deceptive, too. After all, everyone has their secrets. Well, in my opinion, the timing of his appearance... Sanganamiya's soldiers have been keeping an eye on me for the entire time I've been on Watatsumi Island. But today he came out and met with us, and even...
Maybe that's because the Traveler is here today, and Goro thinks he's...
Really? Huh. Then that makes things even more peculiar. A more plausible explanation is that the item... Then he put up a smokescreen...
Whoa! Are you serious?
Actually, there is another key factor behind my... I sense something... special about
Something...
Yes. Whatever is missing on this island...
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hold it right there! Are you saying Goro's a thief? As in...
It's not that simple. I can't fully explain it. It's just my... intuition. Sure, I trust your judgment. It's simple. We should just investigate whatever it...
Oh, we were going to talk...
Bingo. There's no time to lose.
Hey there! We'd like to ask you a quick question. Do you know if anyone around here has been looking for him?
Aha! So this is the renowned Mr. Kaide.
You are too kind. We are currently
Oh? You were targeted in an assault? Mr. Kaidehara is currently the talk of the town. To be honest with you, our detective agency has recently been receiving many inquiries from people wishing to obtain Mr. Kaidehara's personal information. Some of them were offering us millions of mora just to gather the information they want. If these were more legit...
Millions? Of mora?
Please, accept my thanks for looking out for my privacy.
Of course. No matter what, we only take on legitimate cases. We don't make our money by revealing details of other people's day-to-day life just for the sake of it. Sorry, I got a little off topic. What I'm really trying to say is, it doesn't surprise me that a complete stranger is looking for Mr. Kaedehara. But I wouldn't know where to begin if we want to connect this with an assault.
Then let's put that connection aside for now. Have there been any other attacks or similar incidents recently that stand out as particularly unusual? The Tenryou Commission had very few leads, and I thought you might have some information from different sources.
It's true that the commissioners aren't clued up about every little thing that goes on out in the streets. But typically, it's only the most trivial events that manage to escape their attention. If anyone had been out there attacking people, that would be assault, in which case the Tenryou Commission would absolutely get involved.
That does make sense. Uh-oh. Looks like the trail's already run cold.
I still find it difficult to believe that whoever attacked you hasn't been causing any trouble elsewhere. Few people possess your prowess in battle. So I am well aware of your talents. It would cause me great grief to see someone become critical for the poor victim.
Don't worry, we'll find him.
It seems you are every bit the
You flatter me. Truth be told?
You are much too humble. Oh, actually, let me tell you about adjusting.
Sure. During times like this, the more
All right then. Recently, two people went. One of them is a pretty well-known collector, surnamed Nagato.
Amenoma!
Right. Yuya is the nephew of Amenoma Togo, the owner. Two grown men going missing at the same time. I recalled this because Amenoma Yuya is also an accomplished martial artist who is skilled with...
Understood, though it seems highly unlikely to me. I neither...
Sure! Can't hurt! We never know what we might find out.
Thank you, Ryuji. We'll start by making some inquiries at...
Sounds good.
Welcome to
Ah, if it isn't Kaedehara...
Huh? You two knowing?
Yes. The Kaedehara and Amenoma clans were both members of the Ride. After I returned to Inazuma, I visited Mr. Amenoma to pay my respect. Yes, you may recall the story of the Raiden Gokaden from the Iridori.
Though all bladesmiths trace their craft back to the same... As an example, the Amenoma... There is nothing mystical to our work. There is only practice. As for the art of the Kaedehara clan...
That's right. Ishin art strives for complete harmony between blade and mind, for only a blade thus forged can capture and convey its maker's thoughts and feelings. And
Indeed. Most samurai choose their blades, but in Ishin, you are, without a doubt, the most worthy wielder of an Ishin blade.
You overestimate me. My actions are guided by my own personal sentiments. But let's get back on topic. The purpose of our visit today is to gather some information on your missing nephew. We hope to assist with the investigation. It may turn out that this case is connected to another we are pursuing.
Ah, yes. My nephew. I reported the case. He didn't say a word before he left, which is very unlike him. But I've done what I can so far. Worrying.
We heard that there was a collector involved in the disappearance too.
Yes. On the morning that Yuya went missing, I believe he went to collect the item from Mr. Yes. Strange, isn't it? I wonder...
Do you have any thoughts on what Yuya may have wanted to give you?
If I had to guess, it must have been some... He's never been particularly interested in blade forging, but has always had a fondness for blade testing. He is
Truth be told, we have some information that you may find to be objectionable. Based on the evidence we have gathered so far, only Yuya seems to match the suspect's profile.
What? No. Absolutely impossible. He is humble and kind. Yes. If there's one thing I can say... But, with that said, I also cannot know what course of action... Anyway, should you find him, please let me...
Don't worry. You have our word.
From the sound of that, Paimon doesn't think Yuya was the one who attacked us?
Yes. It sounds as if something happened when the two men met each other. Let's pay a visit to the Nagato household. Time to go.
I'm very sorry. My husband has...
No.
I'm sorry you have...
I'm afraid we don't have any new information at the moment. We're still trying to find out as much as we can to inform our... With this in mind, can we perhaps ask some questions about your family's current situation?
For example, Paimon's struggling to understand why a collector would be strapped for Mora.
That's a long story. Ever since I've known him, he's been an avid collector of all sorts of things. He'd always get so animated when he was showing them to me. I knew nothing about the items myself, but seeing how everything was fine when we first got married. But as time went by, things changed for the worse.
Uh-oh! What happened?
He lost his sense of restraint. He started buying more and more things, and even resorted to borrowing money just so he could pay for them. Our expenses really spiraled out of control when he started getting interested in weapons. It was all... He wouldn't sell them, wouldn't even touch them. Just sat there staring at them like, I'm happy he has a hobby and I'm willing to support him. But making ends... On the last day that I saw him, I gave him an ultimatum. I said, if he refused to sell his collectible...
Whoa!
And that led to an argument.
Actually, it didn't. Generally, he's a quiet man. You must understand, I never would have dreamed of threatening him with divorce if After I said those words, he froze and was silent for a long time. When he finally spoke, his voice was so meek and pitiful that I felt an urge to take everything back. But then what? If I didn't draw the line, what would happen to our family? Had I not indulged his bad habits, we wouldn't have found ourselves in... And I also don't know if he had actually come to his senses, or if he was simply angry. The next thing I heard was that our warehouse had caught...
I see. I understand. Amenoma Yuya came to purchase a weapon from Mr. Nagato. During the sale, a fire broke out at the warehouse.
At first, I assumed they must have gotten into an argument over the price, but my husband has never been one to negotiate. He never even haggles when he's out buying groceries, so it's...
Maybe he was feeling the pressure from the debts?
I don't know. He just disappeared after the warehouse burned down. Perhaps he's too afraid to come home now that all his collectibles have been lost in the fire, and he's got no way to pay off our debts. Even though I'm still a little mad at him, as long as he's willing to turn over a new leaf, I know we can work things out.
Please don't get upset. If collecting things is a habit that Mr. Nagato had his whole life, it is quite unusual for this habit to change so drastically over a short period. But the information we gathered from the other side suggests Amenoma Yuya is also a mild-mannered man who would not be likely to start an argument. This situation is getting a little confusing.
A little confusing? More like completely mystified.
Let's try a change of scenery and see if we can piece together what we've learned. Rest assured, we'll notify you if we find anything.
Thank you so much. I just want him to come home.
Based on the information we've gathered so far, I can only surmise that the sales meeting between the two men was... The fire at the warehouse likely played a part in how the situation unfolded, though its exact role is a mystery. Do you have any thoughts?
Maybe someone accidentally knocked over an oil lamp and... Nope, never mind. Paimon's brain needs to rest for a while. Over to you.
That is the most likely conclusion based on everything we know. What started as a disagreement over the price escalated and ultimately turned into a tragedy. However, in this case, only one of the parties would have started the fire. That would make the other party innocent, and they would have no reason to hide themselves from the public. If this is indeed what happened, and the innocent man hasn't come forward yet, then it suggests they may have already lost their life. One fact that I keep coming back to is that Amenoma Yuya is polite and well-mannered, while Mr. Nagato is introverted and passive. Neither seems like the type of person who is inclined towards initiating conflict. Mr. Nagato, being heavily in debt, is also the only one of them with the potential motive to disappear after the fire. The more I ponder it, the more puzzling it becomes. Just what could have happened there? Right. Although the time frame seems to broadly match, no other details that we've learned seem to link the two events together. Amenoma Yuya lacks a key distinguishing feature of the attacker.
Darn! We thought we could get two birds with one stone here, but...
Let's keep going, since we've come this far. If we can solve the case, both Mr. Amenoma and Mrs. Nagato will be able to get some closure.
Okay, but where should we go now?
Let's head out of the city and check out the warehouse. There's still a chance we may be able to find some shreds of evidence. Wait. I hear something ominous in the wind.
Oh! This must be another one of those sounds that only you can... As sketchy as that whole thing seems, you did put it to good use when we were chasing down that vision thief at Bay...
Now I'm picking up a strong scent in addition to the sound. It's right around here somewhere.
But there's nothing here.
It's gone now, but I can still sense the direct... It felt very much like that ancient presence in Indeed. But this unexpected spring of it... We should remain vigilant.
Huh. So it's an
The force is definitely coming from down below. The source of the Tatarigami energy has long since... Judging from the concentration...
Mrs. Nagato...
It could well be that he was already under the From what I've been told, Tatarigami does not, but most will develop a stubborn streak upon being exposed. Mr. Nagato had an interest in collecting to begin with.
So what should we do now? Go down and take...
Step back. I'll open the door and take a look in. If we don't open this door, we can move no closer to the truth. You needn't worry. Both of us have faced far greater danger.
What's down
Everything's buried in debris. I can't see anything. It looks like the fire caused a cave-in, reducing the entire warehouse.
That was too scary! Paimon was so sure that the warehouse boogeyman was about to jump out at us!
All we can do now is keep searching in the direction that the Tatari... Two ordinary humans, entangled with the Tatarigami. Yes, let's go. If nothing else, it's vital that we find out where this Tatarigami energy is coming from. Quiet your mind and focus on what you sense around you. Time to go. Time to go. From this point, the trail appears to split into two. The main source of the Tatarigami energy continued on into the distance. Quite possibly.
Whoa! Look at all those hilly churls! They're acting really strangely!
Something seems to be drawing their attention. Let's take a closer look. Into the wind! It's...
Ugh! Look at the...
By the looks of it, a letter, written on a piece of torn clothing. The ink is bone dry. Well, let's take a look. According to this letter, a conflict arose. Yuya started the fire that destroyed the warehouse and wounded Mr. Nagato in the fight.
So, where is he?
He was not only mortally wounded, but also under the heavy... Whatever traces there may have been of his fate beyond after this point, they've since been Yes. Right now, we need to uncover some more important truths. If Amenoma Yuya is attacking other people indiscriminately...
Right! So let's get moving!
I wouldn't be surprised if he, too, fell prey to the For a practitioner of the martial arts, the easiest desire to inflame would be all the clues that at first seemed disparate and disconnected. I have a hypothesis that, if it's correct...
Wait!
I believe so. But it's on with the search. We must stay vigilant. He seems to have stayed here.
Why here? Is there anything special?
I'm not sure. Show yourself! It's no use hiding anymore.
Kaedehara Kazuha. It's you, at last.
Aha! So it is the same guy from before! What's your problem, huh? What could you
Indeed, there should be no enmity between us. If it is Amenoma Yuya, but what if instead of facing Amenoma Yuya, we are in fact facing the blade in his hand?
Now that you mention it, it is giving off its... Whoa! Surely you...
Tatarigami energy often lodges itself within physical objects, then works to subtly... The blade has resided in Mr. Nagato's warehouse for many years, affecting his... or rather, as a means to occupy Amenoma Yuya's body.
You're sharper than I thought. You've already deduced the truth of the matter. Many, many years ago, I was forged by a as a descendant of the Kaedehara clan. You should be able to guess our greatest regret.
I presume it has something to do with the Raiden Gokaden.
Indeed. At that point in time, he failed to live up to the Raiden Shogun's expectations. In the end, all he could do was to flee the... He was a bladesmith of great renown, a master of his craft. There was nothing that he could not accomplish. All he needed was more time and a little faith. And sure enough, in the end, he achieved what he had set out to do. All of his life's work, his wisdom, his skill, it culminated in his creation of me. He not only bestowed upon me the greatest of strength, but also endowed me with a consciousness of my own. In her conceit, the Raiden Shogun lost not only the single most perfect blade in the...
So... swords can become
The people of the time in which I was born never believed I had that kind of power. After the death of my creator, I decided to leave Snezhnaya and began my long quest to return. I seek but one thing: to face the full force of the Raiden Shogun's blade and prove my power.
So Amenoma Yuya was not... Tell me, what happens to those you've possessed when you...
My hosts? Who cares what happens to them? They are but tools that serve. When they got tired, or injured, or unusable, I hopped to the next one in line. After I returned to Inazuma, I decided to bide my time in Nagato's way. At long last, I'm approaching my journey's destination. By Amenoma Yuya's body, I have found you. Kaedehara Kazuha, you stood against the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi. There can be no other to serve now. Give your body over to me!
Illusion shattered! My apologies!
Join me and sever that divine light! Gather!
Shine down! One with nature!
Submit to me! We shall rewrite history!
Stabilize!
Join me and sever that divine light!
As one with wind and cloud!
Do not stand in my way, or I will strike you down too!
Your bluff's fooling no one! You've lost!
Lost? I can never lose. It is this body that has reached its limit, nothing more. Even if you defeat me here, the one who falls will not be me, but this man. He is but a puppet that can be replaced. The end result is the same. I will end this wretch's life, and even if I were to lose my physical form, by any means necessary, and any medium...
Your fighting style. It is indeed the forms of Ishin art, but from your movements, I sense only hatred and arrogance, as well...
Really?
As I've mentioned before, the forms of... Since the blade is currently possessing, if you ask me, the mania is probably due to your desperate single...
Are you trying to claim that I am helpless without you? On his deathbed, he passed to me in that regard.
Because all of that is in the past. I've been wondering why you've not caused more trouble in all the years that you've been... Now that I've seen inside your mind, everything... After all the time that's passed, you have grown weak.
Oh, that's right. Paimon remembers now. Mr. Nagato had...
Only when Mr. Nagato witnessed his wife's distress and decided to sell his collectibles did you finally have an opportunity to reach out to Amenoma.
And what of it?
Well, that brings me to my second point. You were determined to fulfill your maker's ambition, whatever the cost. But I think you realized your limitations long ago. The more you clenched your teeth and pressed forward, the greater your fear of losing everything you had achieved grew. But the way I see it, What began as an ambition has long since become a delusional fantasy.
What would you know about any of this? I'm just one step away from achieving my goal!
You returned to Inazuma to prove the unparalleled brilliance of Ishin art. But to make this arduous, even if you were to sever that divine light, is this truly the outcome that your maker would have desired?
You...
Sure, you inherited the secrets of Ishin art. But even as you made your journey to honor this legacy, you treated the ones who wielded you as mere tools to do your bidding. How could you possibly unleash the full potential of Ishin art when you act in perfect discordance?
Silence, you blabbering fool! I must achieve my goal. I will concede that you are most perceptive. You see...
And you should face reality.
Easy for you to say. Facing reality... I have no need of anything that would stand in my way. Not hesitate. It is pointless to argue further, descendant of the Kaedahara clan. If you wish to save this man...
How stubbornly you stick to your wayward path. I do not believe for a second that you can challenge the almighty Shogun in your current state. So let us make a bet.
What? Surely you're not...
Very well. Then find yourself some enemies with whom you wish to cross blades. Once we have dealt with them, we shall proceed to Tenshukaku.
And as for your end of the bargain, if you lose, you must release Amenoma Yuya from your
I accept.
Don't do this, Kazuha!
This is the only way to save Amenoma Yuya. If we don't do this, he'll forever be the Blade's puppet. The Cursed Blade's strength is currently very weak, and I sense he's hesitating. The power of the Tatarigami lies in intensifying existing obsessions.
But...
Even if things take a turn for the worse, I still have you both here with me. We have a chance here to save an innocent victim. I am willing to accept the risks entailed.
Your disdain for me betrays your woeful ignorance. Now, take me in your hand.
Kazuha?
I'm okay. I felt a little dizzy at first, but only for a moment. It's all right. So far, this was as I expect. I will.
What should we do next? Have you...
We find some enemies. Although this blade has endured much turmoil, it probably hasn't experienced many real fights. If a blade built for Ishin art cannot enter a state of harmony between blade and bearer, if he wants to avoid reality, then we need to fight until he has no choice but to face it.
Wait a minute! Paimon remembers hearing about something since the Takatsukasa clan abandoned that secret base.
All right.
What about Amenoma?
The blade says he'll let Amenoma Yuya trail us silently. Although he hasn't regained his own consciousness yet, he is not in any immediate...
Are we sure this is a good idea? It's a... Okay, fine.
Illusion shattered!
Time to go. Time to go. Leave everything on this journey to me. One with nature.
Let's get down to business.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
How are you feeling? You okay?
I'm all right. The blade is performing largely as I expect. Though he's making every effort to persevere, I do not think he can last much longer.
Something else on your mind?
How strange. Rather than trying to control me, he is instead trying to match my fighting rhythm. Let's keep going.
Let's get down to business.
Into the wind. One with nature.
Let's my lucky day.
One with wind and cloud. Into the wind. The wind knows me.
Fairy. Fairy. My blade.
Whoa! Something's up with the blade!
I can sense that his strength is slowly fading away. The blade is becoming more and more difficult for me to wield. He cannot hold out much longer.
But what would that do to Amanome Yuya?
I will be careful with it. He also says he does not have any plans to give up easily. He's still trying to achieve his goal. Time to go.
Eat this!
Into the wind. The wind knows me.
It's over!
Time to go.
I'm ready!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night! One with nature.
Are you okay? It looked like you were really struggling the entire fight!
Yes. And it looks like he's reached his limit.
The sheen's grown a bit dimmer again.
Perhaps this time, we'll finally have a chance to see his true form.
True form? What are you talking? Is this the same blade as before? It looks like a piece of junk!
If you choose to continue in the state you're in, you wouldn't even be able to beat Samurai and Kairagi, much less the almighty Shogun. Maybe you did truly wield power to rival the Shogun's light when first forged. But the long journey from Snezhnaya back to Inazuma has left you... It barely needs stating anymore. Your ambition is a flight of fancy. I've finally figured out why it was that you agreed to my bet. You wanted to reach a state of harmony with me. For perhaps then you would still, but regrettably we are nothing alike. I will be the only one who truly understood you.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
There they are! Take them down!
Where do they keep coming from? Yup, we can help.
Don't worry. I'll use my own blade. It's just more of the same.
Let's get down to business.
Knows me. I'm ready!
My blade! One with nature!
Clouds high. The birds call! The wind knows me.
You fought way better with your own sword.
You are a true Kaedehara in flesh and in... No one knew anything of my story throughout... I thought that if I could achieve Ishin harmony with you...
But in this too, you have failed.
Indeed. No matter how hard I tried, too much time has passed. My physical state... Yours is the blade that took on the Muso no Hitotachi.
Actually, this is just a generic blade that I picked up during my travels in Liyue. Forging and maintenance are both important for a blade, but they are not everything. This blade has traveled the land with me for many years, and we have skill, blade, determination, and desire. There is something else I must tell you. Though your maker may not have been aware, your Tatarigami is a malevolence from the ancient past. Though you tried to cooperate with me while I was wielding you,
I sensed it.
I resisted its temptations because I feel a great sense of regret for you. The moment you embarked on this journey, you lost. You have known this for a long time. It is the true source of your despair.
He gave me everything. My life, my form, my consciousness, and purpose. How could I possibly deny him his wish? I said to him, "Do not worry. From here on, I shall forge your legacy." How could I go back on my word?
Aww.
I believe our bet is now settled. I have nothing further to say.
Where are you going, Kazuha?
He now has neither the ability nor the motivation to cause further harm. Let's give him some time to reflect on things.
There is no escape!
When I touched the hilt for the first time, it's as if I was transported to a strange dimension. A bladesmith lay quietly on the bed, his frail face barely visible under the moonlight. A newly forged blade lay by him.
Wow. That was the bladesmith.
Indeed. While in exile, he spent the rest of his life in the forge. He felt intense regret at being tricked by the Fatui, but he could never again return to his homeland. So he instructed this sentient blade to find a way back to Inazuma. All he wanted to show was that they once shone brilliantly as blade and smith.
So that's the true story. But after that,
Right. I believe the bladesmith might never have known that this blade has committed unforgivable atrocities, but only because it lost its original master.
Shame it.
Yes. It is too late. Time would not wait or stop because of his He seems to have calmed down, though. Let's go and check in.
I once told him that I would pay any price but darkness slaughtered. Not only did I fail to fulfill his ambition.
You are finally seeing reality clearly.
Since we agreed to the terms of the bet, but I still cannot bring myself to forsake his ambition. So, may I ask you to help me fulfill...
Hey! Now you're adding yours into the mix, too? Jeez, don't...
It has to be done in this order. At least hear what I have to say. And if you don't agree, I will still release Ame no Mayuya as promised. My physical form, as well as the knowledge I possess, should still be of some value to you.
His attitude has grown a lot milder. What do you think, Kazuha? Should we give him a chance?
Let's hear it.
Thank you all. When I was first forged, my maker was already terminally ill. Alas, after that, he never... Nor have I ever had the... My fights were devoid of any noble meaning. They were mere... You are a fine warrior.
Oh? And who would be...
I will release Ame no Mayuya, and he must have plenty...
Understood. Then let's start by waking him up and seeing if he...
I see. He used my body to inflict harm on others. I utterly despise him and his actions. If a duel can help to set this state of affairs in order, I do not wish to be a mere victim in this story.
There's no need to worry. We'll vouch for your innocence to the Tenryo Commission.
Thanks for your help. Who knows how this would have ended without your intervention.
All right, then let's move on. More Ronin could appear at any moment. We can't stay here. In any case, for a final duel, I think we should aim for a greater sense of ceremony.
Into the wind. Time to go. Wind Strider.
This reminds Paimon a bit of the Crux Clash. Yep, we still can't let our guard down. Still, even if he's way past the point of redemption. Are you ready?
Ready? Okay. All right then. Successor of Ishin art. Kaida...
Successor of Amenoma art.
Honored to cross blades with you.
It is my honor also.
The wind knows me. Into the wind. One with nature. The wind knows me. As one with wind and cloud. Into the wind. One with nature.
Time to go. Into the wind. The wind knows me. Clouds high. The birds call. One with nature.
Thank you for the experience. Although he appears battered and broken, in your hands it seems he's regained his sense of savage cruelty.
You also fought well. There are a few things that I shall leave him to tell.
I must apologize to you for all that has transpired.
You need not seek my forgiveness. Nor do I have the right to forgive you on your victim's behalf. It is too late for all of that.
I do not wish for forgiveness. I only hope that you will see my transgressions as mine alone, and not let them... I strayed far from the straight and narrow path, but the Ishin art still has a worthy successor in Kaede. I beseech you, please understand this.
Yes. I too trust Mr. Kaedehara to do the right thing.
Thank you, successor of Amenoma.
This blade has also told me that he has another wish. He would like to visit the Amenoma smithy. Maybe we can go back there together.
What does he want to go there for?
I'm not sure, but I think that all this is about to come to... The wind knows me. Time to go.
It's Yuya! You have returned!
I am sorry to have troubled you. It's all thanks to them.
A prized Ishin blade. Turned weapon that... Considering their forging... But I have some good news as well. Ryuji from the Bond...
Really? Is he okay?
Yes. Badly wounded, but he will live. And now that Yuya is back...
I think I know what you want to do.
What's wrong, Kazuha? Is the blade whispering in your ear again?
Yes. He said he wants to take control of me for a brief moment.
What? No way! Hasn't it learned its lesson?
He tells me that he's thought of another way to fulfill his maker's wish. And he assures me that he won't use my body for anything nefarious. I have decided to...
But... he...
Thank you. I will explain my reasons later. Okay. I am ready. Let us begin.
My power is almost spent. Without him, my eventual demise is inevitable. But if I abandon the future to give everything I have in this moment, my physical form can be forged anew.
Everything? You mean...
Yes. The cost is my entire consciousness. You were right. There's nothing that I can accomplish now. But there's still a chance for Ishin art. Once remade, I will be a valuable resource for your studies. Ishin lives on, and its finest hour is yet to come. Even if I am not the one to prove its might to the Shogun, as long as it is an Ishin blade, crafted by Kaedehara hands, it will still fulfill his final wish. son of the Kaedehara clan. Over the years, my real name has been forgotten by all. I'm ashamed to utter it, yet it remains strong in my mind. Kagotsurube Ishin. This name is now yours to keep.
Rest in peace.
So, that's why he said it had to be done in that order. His consciousness will disappear forever after
Kagotsurube Ishin. It seems like deep down he disapproved of his own only in the final moments.
Seems like he really...
The same fervent ambition that gave him the motivation to keep going forward, speaking for myself. I'd rather see him recognize and atone for his mistake. I understand. Perhaps this is a flaw in hearing his wish to rival the divine light. Your quest to face the gods, after everything I've seen.
Oh, Kazuha...
I will continue to support you from this point on. Know that you will have my assistance whenever...
Wait! Shouldn't we also go up to...
Oh, you're right. And it's also time to give him a response to the...
You've returned. I hear that the Tenryou Commission has already attended to the danger at the warehouse.
Wow, you sure kept your ear to the ground.
Then we needn't recount all the details again. Now, as to your earlier offer, I wish to give you my answer.
What's this?
Kagotsurube Ishin. A weapon by means of a series of fortuitous events. And so, it looks like I will likely continue with my journey.
I see.
The Kaedehara clan has always been a family of bladesmiths, so it is only proper for me to continue on the... Were I to accept your goodwill, I may find myself embroiled in conflicts between the shogunate and some...
You misunderstand.
I am aware, but I still desire to continue walking my own path.
Very well, I can understand. Then let's pretend this offer was never written. However, if you should ever change your mind or find yourself in need of the shogunate's assistance...
Great. Thank you for your generosity.
Where will you travel to next, Kazuha?
I'll probably take to the seas with Captain Beto again for now. As for my next destination, let's see where the wind takes me. Time to go. Time to go. Time to go. Time to go.
Todoroki, the shipment has arrived and is ready for inspection.
Good, let's go.
Hey, it's Todoroki!
Shh, keep quiet. Let's follow.
Your intel was spot on. When we arrived, we captured them all, and the goods were retrieved and brought back here.
I'll take a look. Everything's...
It's nothing. Thanks to the efforts of your caravan, the price of grain...
That's right. And who would have thought that the injuries we sustained during the war would have such a lingering effect on our body?
Things are improving, thanks to... Make sure that it's confirmed and...
Don't worry. We've already prepared...
Huh? The soldiers from Sangonomiya seized the Nobushi stolen goods? Who is Lil? This box is packed so tight! Huh? What? Whoa!
And Todoroki said he'll get instructions from Goro tomorrow. So, did you find anything?
Wow!
These are valuable raw ingredients for... On top of that, these items... How about you? Foreign Trade Association? Alright. In which case...
Huh?
Oh no! Wait!
Huh? Wait, Captain?
Oh! So it's you, Captain! Captain, do you remember us?
Hey, come on now. I gotta tell you, Captain, we all miss you. When we heard that you were coming here, we just assumed you were... We're fine. You don't have to worry about...
No, you're not fine. Captain, you may not be aware. According to the doctor...
You're one to talk. Later, I found out that he'd been shot in...
What do you mean for nothing? I got shot not by one, and because the arrows were poisonous, the...
Look on the bright side.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. But enough...
These goods are all seized from the hands of... He mentioned there were bandits...
By the way, Captain, you still haven't met Todoroki. Her Excellency recently announced...
Yeah, he's proven to be quite capable. And his two sons are also our brothers-in-law.
So, as injured veterans, what do they call that?
It's called changing career.
Ah, right. Changing careers. I can't even imagine trying to maintain and feed...
I see. I think I understand...
I see. The Unfortunately,
I'm pretty sure I've already got a grasp on... Are you still a little confused? Let me help connect the dots. This whole thing was actually quite similar to a case I once worked on previously. It was a case involving the trade of prohibited items. and they employed an old trick to execute the deal. The culprit would first go strolling down the street until they knocked over a pedestrian on purpose.
Sir, please forgive us, sir. We...
Sir, what do I look like? First, I'm gonna need to ask you a few questions.
Sure. Go ahead.
The soldiers discovered many valuable goods and...
Oh!
You picked...
well...
Be honest now. Tell me...
Yes, sir. You see, the ship's... But next thing we know...
You say that the merchant ship's guards fled without putting up a fight.
You just assumed they were...
You really...
No, you gotta believe me. Just the other day, we scared... I still remember seeing tons of... Unfortunately...
Wait a...
Yep, no doubt. It was like...
Oh. Okay. And how about you? It appears that the situation is just as...
What?
Todoroki... Now is the time to... Hopefully... My final question will... The question of what important thing... I can feel some connection to the question and hopefully we'll find...
This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer.
Hello, Todoroki. I'm Shikanoi. I believe you've been... And what if I'm...
Ridiculous. I don't have time to listen to this.
I know, I'm off the scale, some goods only... So the question is...
What are you trying to... Masashi!
Huh? Who dares to cause trouble at Sango no Miya Shrine? Huh? Captain? What are you...
These crooks are trying to pry into the secrets of Watatsumi.
But, no. There must be some... This is the captain of Swordfish 2, one of our own.
It doesn't matter who they are. Remember what General Goro told you? A long-term goal of what... I don't care if they were your captain. Well, what do you wait? All right. I see how it is.
I really hoped it wouldn't come to this.
Wait! Everyone, stand down!
General Goro!
My apologies. Traveler, Detective Heizo. Todoroki. The Traveler here is the hero who saved Watatsumi Island. Without him, Watatsumi Island would never have...
How could you be so naive, General Goro? If we let them go free, then who's to say the Shogunate won't come after...
I wouldn't allow them to take you, Todoroki.
Let's not kid ourselves. The question is, what are we going to do with the goods? Will you be able to keep them? Goro, we both know that Watatsumi... You can't grow food or medicine. My eldest son, you awarded both of them medals of honor. But did that save their lives? No. It was the medicine. If we detain them today, the Shogunate... We will set them free. I can trust the...
It's a new commodity tax bill currently being drafted by the Kanjo Commission. The bill exempts taxes on goods that are in short supply on Watatsumi Island. Once the bill's introduced, we'll be able to buy commodities that we need from regular market.
Oh, I wish I had known, until...
You mean you...
Come on, you two. You've been keeping me... I believe that I have... My pleasure.
Oh, you mean...
I suppose... As far as I know, I'm sure no...
Well, it's...
I'll hold you to that.
But today...
But it's because of you.
Wait!
What?
Time to go.
Hey, there you are. It's remarkable. To be honest, even if I happen to find out what... I'm just sorry that I promised I'd come... it's all in the past now. Yes, Watatsumi Island isn't... But what the inhabitants of that missing element, which is... I guess I was mistaken. When water is heated by... This is... even though... But, of course... So I'll just keep that way.
Wherever... in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home.
Gather!
There you are.
One with nature. Fallen leaves adorn my night. Into the wind.
Torn to oblivion. Illusion shattered.
Picked the wrong test subject.
Time to go.
So
Solidify!
Shine down!
One with nature. Clouds high. Birds come. Into the wind.
Now you shall perish! There is no escape!
Freeze! Gather!
One with nature.